Hey everyone, today we're going to take a look at the Hot Wheels City Turbo Hauler truck. This thing holds 40 cars, so you can put a lot of cars on this thing. Looks like you can put 2 in front here, and you can lift this up and store some cars on top and on the levels in between. So it looks like there are actually 5 levels to store cars, so certainly a lot of space. Here's a picture of the truck loaded up with cars. So a pretty cool set, and you can fold this down for storage. On the bottom you can see that it has a copyright of 2013. Turn it over to the back. Turbo hauler truck. You can pull up to expand as I demonstrated, and it looks like you can also pull out the wheels in the front to turn it. So again, here's a bigger picture of it loaded up with cars. Cars are sold separately as expected. Load up your cars and go. Pretty cool truck. Let's open it up. Here's what the truck looks like outside of the packaging. We don't get any instruction manuals or anything like that. We just get the truck right out of the box, so it's very nice, just ready to play. So here's the back side, which we couldn't see in the packaging. And we'll open this up. As you can see, certainly a lot of room to store your cars. And we'll fold this back down. You can also detach the main cab if you want. Drive this around separately, and again you can store 2 cars on the top. And here's a look at the bottom as well. Not too much down here, just a Hot Wheels logo. And to connect this back together, you have to make sure that the knob is properly in place. Another thing to mention is that there are 2 positions that you can have this knob in here. When you have it locked further in place, you kind of have a lock so that it mostly just wants to go straight. And if you want to adjust it so that it can turn more easy, you just pull this out like this so it can swing freely. That way it's easier to turn. And then of course if you want to detach it, you just pull it out all the way. So pretty easy to do. Now I think it's time to load it up with some cars. The bottom 2 levels are where you're going to want to store your smallest cars. As you can see just by this one, we can try to put it in here, but as you can see the ceiling is just too low. So I might have to trade with some of these cars on top that are a little bit smaller. Alright, so here's what the truck looks like fully loaded up with cars, and as you can see, that is a lot of cars. I was actually able to fit 44 on here. The box says it can hold 40, but since I picked a few smaller cars, I was able to fit a few more on. Pretty cool. If you're wondering if any other die-cast toy brands will work with this turbo hauler, here's an example of a typical sized Matchbox car. For the most part, those seem to work fine. After all, these are the same scale as Hot Wheels, so Matchbox work fine. Here is Lightning McQueen from the Disney Pixar cars. As you can see, these are a little bit too wide, so I wouldn't recommend using it for these kinds of cars. And here's Ramon. Also, he is a little bit wide, so I would not recommend using it with these kind of cars, but certainly Matchbox and other similar brands will work just fine.